Corvin, Lord Hayes. Welcome, dearly beloveds, to the holy reprimand of Saint Paveclaff, the Unbothered, also known as the less formal title, How to Handle Rude People Without Tossing Them into a Volcano, even though, let's be honest, they'd probably like the warmth. Let us begin with a bow of the brow and a sip of tea, or brandy, or sparkling water with cucumber essence, whatever suits the refined palate of a soul who no longer has time for unsolicited commentary. Yeah. 1. The rudeness index. There are many species of rudeness, dear children. Some fly straight into your face like a moth with no purpose, or like a June bug that is trying to be eaten. Others lurk like mildew behind your grandmother's shower curtain. Let us name a few. The passive aggressor of performance. Oh, wow, you actually finished that. I mean, good for you. The commenter on your appearance, as if it's a public sculpture. You look tired today. Are you okay? No, really, you just look different. The efficiency expert, who's never done what you do. You should really be doing it this way. That's how I would have done it, if I had your job. The family historian who remembers only your flaws. You've always been the traumatic one, ever since you were 4 and cried about your balloon. Let's not forget the most holy among them, the I'm just being honest prophet of doom. I mean, someone had to say it. To which I say, did they? Did they really? Did it feel good? I take this and I cast it to the soil as fertilizer for my expansion. Oops, you didn't want that, did you? Hey, did you know? Organic farmers utilize manure as fertilizer. It's pretty cool. 2. On holding your boundaries like a glittering fence. Let me now bless you with the 3 sacred phrases of elegant dismissal. Ha, yeah. 1. That's one interpretation. Use this when someone shares their obviously uninvited opinion. You do not confirm, deny, or react. You could say that you like it, because really you like something at the moment, but whether or not it is what they said, it doesn't matter. You merely acknowledge that their words exist somewhere, floating, irrelevantly reverent somewhere to somebody, you would hope. 2. You may be projecting. Would you like a mirror, or shall I be one for you? This is for the bold, the cheeky, and those who woke up moisturized and unfazed. Delivered with a gentle smile, it boomerangs their barb right back into their unhealed psyche with grace. 3. That sounds like a you problem. Do you need some help with that? Can I make you some tea? The classic, timeless, versatile, perfect when your Aunt Petunia is lamenting your life choices between bites of deviled egg. 3. When to twirl, when to sting, and when to silently float above it all. Let's speak of spiritual strategy, if you need to call it that. You are not always called to reply. Some remarks are spiritual decoys. Look over here. Hey, did somebody just fart in the wind or something? Temptations from the ego fishers trying to hook you into their small pond drama. You, my shimmering carp of cosmic elegance, must sometimes swim right past. Just remember this. Imagine you got like a beam, like a liquid light worm guiding you along. And if it ain't going, oh, let's go look at that garbage that has got nothing to do with you. And then you just keep on walking along in your joyousness. But if the wind calls, if the truth stirs in you like a snarky breeze through golden reeds, then by all means, poke. 4. Paveclaffian tactical strikes for various situations. If someone says, "Are you really going to wear that?" you can respond, "No, I was going to wear your expectations, but they were out of stock." If they say, "Wow, you're really sensitive," you may say, "Yes, I can sense bullshit from across dimensions. I don't know how I let this one slip by. Excuse you." If a coworker says, "I think you could have done that better," you may say, "I'm glad you have fantasies. I support your imagination journey." If a family member says, "You're not living up to your potential," you may say, "How generous of you to share your idea of my potential unprompted. I will put it in the recycling bin of consideration. I cast this to the soil as fertilizer for my expansion." You didn't need that, did you? Did you know organic farmers utilize manure as fertilizer? Thank you very much. If a partner says, "You always do that," you can absolutely say, "Yes, I am reliably annoying. Would you like to try adjusting your tolerance knob?" Which, by the way, don't let me tell you what to do. That's your job. If you are with anyone that criticizes you in a relationship, you might want to think about better clothes, as in, somebody that you actually, somebody that treat you better. All right. Unless they can do better to not be an ass, somebody's got to clean up their mess. If a stranger says, "You look better without makeup," you may say, "And you look better when your mouth is closed." So here we are, both of us imperfect. Perfectly perfect. Good job. If they say, "You've changed," you may say, "Glory be, imagine the scandal if I hadn't, ooh-wee. Now wouldn't that be a tale?" Yeah. If they say, the dreaded, "You're too much," you may say, "To those without enough, yes." Excuse me, I had something in my mouth. And if you ever find yourself so stunned that words escape you, simply look upon the person, tilt your head slightly like a curious owl or a crow-hawk owl, and murmur, "Fascinating. Thank you for revealing yourself." 5. The blessed ending. You are not a project for other people. Darling luminous creature, you are not a group assignment. You are not required to make others comfortable by shrinking. You owe no one a version of yourself that is digestible to their unhealed taste buds. You don't like the food? Get out of the restaurant. Yeah, I know these 5 stars didn't come from Michelin. They come from me, 'cause I qualified it to be so. The rude ones, the snarky ones, the subtle controllers dressed as lovers, the spiritual bypassers disguised as truth tellers. All of them are teachers. Temporary, sometimes tedious, but teachers nonetheless. Let them bounce off of your boundaries like bugs off a windshield. Wipe the smear if needed, and keep driving toward your magnificence. And don't forget what Paveclaff says. Never ignore your magnificence. And all the townsfolk agreed. And should you ever forget how to say something, just smile, take a slow breath, and whisper to yourself. St. Paveclaff would have loved this moment. And you can walk away giggling like the star child you are. Hee-ha! And so I do. And I do bless thee. And I do release thee from every petty voice that tried to collapse you into something less than brilliant. Go now. Be radiant. Be strange. Be untouchable in your peace. St. Paveclaff, patron of beautiful boundaries and defined clapbacks. Ooh, I forgot about that one.